Good morning, students of class 7. Today I am going to discuss about Vijayanagar Empire. In my last video, I told you about the causes behind the rise of regional kingdoms, and you know that there were many different kinds of regional kingdoms flourished in the later Sultanate period, like Kashmir, Marwar, Mewar, Jaunpur, Bengal, Malwa, Gujarat and Khandesh. Today, going to discussion about Vijayanagar Empire. Founded, the Vijayanagar kingdom founded by two Hindu brothers, Harihara and Bukka, in 1336 CE. The Vijayanagar kingdom, or you can call it the city of victory, extended from the river Krishna in the north to the southernmost tip of Indian peninsula. Ekdam southernmost tip means till Kanyakumari. It stood on the banks of the river Tungabhadra and Karnataka and is now called Hampi. Hampi is its capital. Harihara and Bukka were ruled, came to be termed as a Sangam dynasty. From then onwards, the kingdom was ruled by 16 kings from 4 separate dynasties for a period of more than 200 years or 230 years. Okay, kings called Rayas, and the dynasties that ruled here include the Sangam dynasty 1336 to 1485, the Saluva dynasty 1485 to 1505, the Tulva dynasty 1505 to 1570, and the Aravidu dynasty 1570 to 1652. Harihara and Bukka Rai, they were feudatories of the Kakatiyas of Warangal. When the kingdoms of Warangal was overrun by Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq in 1323, the brothers shifted the base to the Kampili. Here, they entered into the service of the local rulers. When the Tughlaqs conquered Kampili, the brothers were taken captive and they were sent to South India to crush the rebellions there. After some time, they rebelled against the Muhammad bin Tughlaq and declared their independence and built Vijayanagar Empire. The two brothers fought against the Hoysala rule of Mysore and the king of Madurai. Bukka defeated the king of Madurai and annexed his territories. Okay. One of the most powerful and efficient ruler and greatest ruler of the dynasty, he was Krishnadev Raya. Okay. The greatest king of the Vijayanagar kingdom was Krishnadev Raya, who ruled from 509 to 530, and his rule has been considered to be one of the most glorious periods in the annals of medieval South India. Krishnadev Raya was a great warrior. He belonged to the Tulva dynasty and his rule was marked by great military activity and the territorial consolidation. He organized a strong army and an efficient cavalry to match forces with the Turkish. He conquered and defeated Sultan of Bijapur and attacked the Raichud Doab. Raichud Doab was the land between the Tungabhadra and the Krishna rivers, and here is the actual location of Vijayanagar dynasty. He also captured Bidar and the Gulbarga from the Bahamani rulers. He defeated the feudal rulers of Raja Prataprudra of Orissa and extended his empire to the Krishna and the Godavari rivers. The entire region south of the river Tungabhadra to the Cape Comorin came under his reign. Administrative structure. The kings of Vijayanagar were good administrators. The king was the head of the administration and he was assisted by a council of ministers. The whole empire was divided into small unit for easier administration. They were central administration and the provincial administration. Central administration guided by the principle of the dharma. A council of ministers comprising about 6 to 8 members, like the chief treasurer, officer in charge of jewels and the commerce, master of the horses, and the prefect of the police. The post could be hereditary at times. The ministers who were appointed were usually Brahmins, Kshatriyas, and the Vaishyas, not Shudras. Shudras are not allowed to take part in this administration. Provincial administration divided into provinces or mandalamas and were headed by the governors who were chosen from the royal family or were influential nobles and had civil and military powers. The 6 provinces in total. The provinces are divided into small units called Nadu, meaning district. The district were further divided into the Satlas, which were subdivision of the Nadus. Each district consisted of a number of the gramas or villages, which are self-sufficient units administered by the village headman or sarpanch and helped by other officers. Okay, these officers were paid with grants of land and the headman was directly under the king. Trade and commerce. The king, the Krishnadev Raya, encouraged trade and commerce. He established trading links with Portuguese, the English and Dutches, Africa, China, Arabia, Persia, Southeast Asia and the Sri Lanka also. The main exported items were cotton clothes, sandalwood, spices, rice, iron, sugar and the salt, and imported items like ivory, silk, army. They were around 300 seaports, Calicut being the most important from that time. Okay. The trading relations between Portuguese, the Dutches and the latter the British. Portuguese engineers had employed improves the water supply in the kingdom. Krishnadev Raya permitted the Portuguese to settle and build fort along the Konkan coast. Trade links were maintained with Persia, Arabia, Africa, China, Southeast Asia and the Sri Lanka. Literature and architecture. The medieval period in South India saw an age of revival of art and architecture also. According to Domingo Pias, a Portuguese traveler, the city of Vijayanagar was huge and surrounded by 7 walls. There were gardens, lakes, places, temples. The temples were adorned with beautiful sculptures, monolithic stone pillars and the ornamental brackets. The kings repaired old temples and built new ones. Krishnadev Raya built the Bhitalla temple and the Hajara Rama temple, the capital of Hampi. The royal palace was grand with public and private audience halls with the ornamental pillars of stone and wood. The Birupaksha temple and the Hajara Rama temple are fine specimen of Vijayanagar. And Krishnadev Raya expanded and beautiful several portion of the Bhitwalasmi temple. He built also new city, Nagalpur, modern day hotspot. Scholars describe Krishnadeva Raya as one of the greatest ruler of India. Here are a few achievements of the Vijayanagar Empire. Economic condition, Vijayanagar the main source of income in the Vijayanagar Empire was land revenue. Land was accessed according to fertility, and the tax was fixed between 1/3 and 1/6 of the local produce. Land was classified as wetland, dry land, orchids, and woods. Other sources of revenue were custom duty, grazing tax, import and export tax, and the professional tax. Money collected from taxes was used for welfare schemes, irrigation, and for maintaining a large army. Taxes were paid in cash. A large number of gold, silver, copper coins were issued in this period, suggesting the prosperity of the kingdom. Niccolo Conti and Abdur Razzaq have been a detailed description of the splendor of the Vijayanagar court and the luxurious lifestyle of the nobles. End of the empire, that is means decline of the empire. The Vijayanagar Empire became weak after the death of Krishnadeva Raya. The neighboring kingdoms of the Deccan joined hands and defeated the ruler of the Vijayanagar in 1565 in the Battle of Talikota. Okay. Next day I will discuss about the Bahmani kingdom and contribution of Mahmud Gawan as a ruler. So you must read this PDF and write down all short questions, MCQ type questions, and write down in your copy immediately. Okay, and go through the chapter carefully. Okay, thank you.